Well, since it appears we're going to push this whole all grain versus partial versus this, that, and the other, I figured I'll actually make a video this time. It's the first time I've actually managed to do a video without completely making a mess in the kitchen. So, here is my opinion, and check out the end of the video for some more discussion. Oh, look at this beautiful kit we've got here. We've got some nice, let's see. We've got some toasted grains. We've got some crystallized grains. We have some more steeping in the... look, ooh, brown sugar. I see a bag of hops in the background there. This will be a really nice kit to do. I can't wait to get it going. Unfortunately, there's a bunch of people in the house right now, so we're going to do a Cooper's kit. Everything's been washed down and sanitized with Star Sand. Okay, had a little bit of a glitch with the camera, so you didn't get to see me taking the red top off. I did wipe the bottom of the can down with some Star Sand and what have you. And we're opening it up here. Now, I did skip a particular step this time on purpose. I did not heat the can, just to show folks just how syrupy and gooey this stuff is. It's definitely, I'd say it's quite a bit thicker than honey even. Okay, here we go with our 6 cups of sugar. Well, for all I know, it could be 7. I was having a little bit of an issue with floofy sugar today, so I kind of overestimated it a little bit. In goes our wort. In case you're worried about sugar and what have you, the worst that can happen by adding too much sugar is things come out a little bit thin and it's a little bit more alcoholic. It's not particularly that big of a deal. I am planning on overfilling this just a little bit since I'm using 5 US gallons and this is wanting 5 European gallons. I'll probably put in about 5.5 to 6. I'll aim for the 5-gallon mark at that point. Now, here comes the annoying bit. About a third of the can is stuck in the bottom of the can. So, there's number 1. And I'm using hot water from the sink to get this stuff out. The water in the bucket is the hottest water that our hot water heater will produce, and that is very close to near boiling once it's been going for a while. I don't know why my mother insists on keeping it cranked up that high, but I've scalded myself a few times on the hot water in this house. And yes, this is the fastest way of actually starting off a batch. I'm doing this for several reasons. During some of the clips, or what have you, some of the cutouts and edits in the video, I've actually talking with my mother saying, "You aren't going to stink up the kitchen again, are you?" The last time I did a large kit like the last one, during the boil you had to actually add some hops, and it releases a bit of sulfur and what have you into the air, and it really smelled up the house for the day. So I have to wait for my family to go out for most of the day in order to do a full kit. Now I'm stirring up the thing here. You'll notice I get it going really good in one direction. Then I will back spin it into the other way and make sure I catch the middle real good. Again, the water in this is really hot. It doesn't have much trouble at all getting the sugars and what have you into solution. If you don't have very, very, very hot water in your house, I highly recommend that you get it yourself about 2 gallons of water in a pot. Start it boiling, stop the boil entirely, turn off the heat. Just get it to the point where it's boiling, turn off the water, then add your ingredients so the initial batch mixes evenly and what have you. Okay, we're starting to add the water here. Now I am using a spray gun, and I will switch from cold to warm water because it is rather chilly outside right now, and our cold water is pretty darn cold. There we go. Now I have this at lukewarm. A little skip ahead because it took a while to fill that bucket with that little spout. I am checking the height. I'm looking for a type of marker or something that would be safe to mark the inside of my bucket with, if anybody has any suggestions. I really need an easier to read method of telling what level my water is at. I've got very bad eyes, and if I were to check this more than just sticking my finger down it to the point of liquid and guesstimating from side to side, I'd have to get down on the floor, shine a light on one side, and try my best to see it. Now, here's where I made the mistake. I forgot to put the yeast in. And I'm putting the lid and check for the little hole to put the airlock in. So you know I did pop the lid off and put the yeast in, but I'd already pulled the camera out. You'll hear that at the end of the video as well when we chitter-chatting. I am doing the audio commentary out of sync with all my actions. This is the first time I've used Sony Via, and I've got to say it's a nice program.